All right, Sandra. Sandra, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Los Angeles.
And tell me about your family growing up. You had mom and dad?
I didn't grow up with my dad. My mom, she passed away when I was little, so I grew up with my grandma.
How old were you when you lost your mom?
I was a baby.
Oh, wow.
I didn't I didn't get to know her, So I grew up with my grandma, and I'm an only child, and so it's kind of hard, being by yourself. But my grandma being old and stuff, I was just always alone. Um, I had a few friends, but I always kept to myself, because just not having my mom and being by myself. But
How would you describe your childhood in general?
um, lonely. I was lonely. Um, just because I didn't have any siblings, so and it was just me, and my grandma.
Yeah.
So I didn't really go out or do much.
What kind of what kind of girl were you in high school?
Um, I was a very shy girl in high school. Um, in middle school, elementary, I was bullied a lot because I wore glasses and stuff like that. But I mean, kind of grew up and just got over it. And like I said, I was just, lonely because
How old are you now?
right now I'm about to be 25. Gonna be 25.
You graduated high school?
Yes, I did.
And when did you first start doing this kind of work?
When I what?
When did you first start working as a prostitute?
When I was 20. Yeah, in 2017.
And what were your reasons for doing that?
Just because my grandma passed, and then I ended up by myself, so I had nowhere to go, and so
Do you have kids?
no,
No kids.
I don't have no kids. So it led me to this, and I mean it's been hard, but I thought it was gonna be harder than it seems to be. But what I learned is that being a prostitute is not all about having sex. You'll be surprised what you find out there. Um, what I do is I found a lot of men that have fetishes. So that's what I kind of do. You know, it at first I thought it was just having sex with men, but no. There's weird people out there.
Yes,
Um,
I've heard.
yeah, I've had people that just pay me to have my feet on their face, like, or pee on them, or just weird things, not just sex.
And you could probably make more money that way.
You'll be surprised. Um,
And probably attract more regular clients too, right?
yeah, you see, I've been doing this for almost 5 years now, and I think I've only probably had sex with maybe 3 people.
Really?
It's I've had nothing but people that have weird fetishes, and that's what I do.
So you probably won't work Figueroa Street, or will you?
I do.
But how do you attract a guy that is into a fetish?
Well, you see, it's just from knowing one person, they send out their friends, so they go find me, and that's how it.
So word of mouth spreads, and
Yeah. So
you
but the crazy thing about it is that you have girls that don't like you, and they feel like they should do what you're doing just because they've been there longer, because they feel like, oh, she's not having sex, she's not putting herself at risk, but you still put yourself at risk because you never know what their intentions are. But I thank God that luckily nothing bad has happened to me. But I mean, it's a lot of weird stuff out there that
yeah.
men like.
Is there less shame for you because you're doing this stuff that isn't really? I guess you could call it sex, but it's almost like it's not sex. It's
Yeah, I mean,
putting your feet in this guy's face is not.
yeah, I mean, it's gone as far as having people wanting you to poop on them. Like, it's just it's crazy. Like, I mean, it's just,
How does it affect you emotionally to be defecating on people or
I
peeing?
mean, it's not something that I would want like my kids to know in the future, I guess you could say. But I mean, it's nothing that I'm ashamed of because it's made me who I am. But it's just it made me really know, like, I don't know, it just opened my eyes to like a whole different world, because I would never in my life expected people to be into like women having smelly feet. Or I've had men that came to me and told me, next time I come back, make sure your feet smell. So it's like, okay, like, what do I do to have my feet smell? It's crazy. So, I mean, it's just amazing out there, like what people like.
Yeah. Do you find you respect men less because of what you've learned?
No, I just, I mean, I don't, no, I don't, I see them the same. It's just everybody has different qualities, I guess.
I guess you could argue that they're not hurting anybody.
Yeah,
They're just into what they're into.
yeah.
What's your theory on why some guys or some people are into these very unusual fetishes?
I'm not sure. Sometimes I think maybe because most of the men that I've done things for don't have a mom. So it's like, I don't know if it's because they don't have that motherly love, or whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know, or I'm not sure. Like, I really never asked, but it's just, it's amazing, like how there's certain men that I ran into that can't go to sleep without having feet in their face, or just that sensation of having like, I don't know, a foot in their face. It's just weird. It's funny, but it's like, I don't know. I would never understand like what's behind that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would guess it's something in their childhood, but who knows? Who knows for certain? I don't know.
Yeah.
So you don't have a grandmother anymore. You don't have your mom.
No.
Your dad was never in your life.
No. No, I'm by myself out here.
You're an only child, so, and you have no children, so it's just you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Wow. Do you have friends?
Yeah, I have friends. I mean, I got to meet a lot of people out here, being in the street. Friends come and go, unfortunately. And I mean, it's hard being out here in the street because, I never thought you could see a friend and then next thing you know, they're gone. And I never understood this saying about people when they would tell me, "Oh, you're dead homies," right? That's something they use out in the street. And being out here now, I understand why they say that, because it's like, basically, it's like when they're asking you something and they want to know the truth. It's like they ask you, put it on your dead homies. And like, I never thought anything about it until I finally started losing friends being out here, because I've had friends that got raped, got killed. And it's sad because it's like you never see them again.
Yeah.
But it's just like they say, like, it's never good to be mad at a friend when they leave, or just be in bad terms with anybody, period, when they leave, or say bye, because you never know if you're going to see them or not.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's been hard. I've been through a lot of drive-bys being out here. A lot of people trying to, take your purse just because you're a female and they see you as like being weak, or, but it's basically how you carry yourself. I believe if I didn't carry myself like I do, I wouldn't, I probably wouldn't be here, you know? Because it's just like a lot of people tend to feed off of women that are like in fear or, are just like hiding or, like weak women. But it's like you have to be strong out here. And I mean, if you're not strong, trust me, the streets will make you strong. And I mean, I wouldn't want my kids to do this, but like I said, like you never know where life takes you, and only God knows why things happen.
What do you what do you think most people don't understand about girls that do this kind of work?
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody thinks when they see you out in the street, oh, there's a hooker, she's a prostitute, she's having sex, but it's not always that, you know. Like I said, it's like that's what I thought. Being out here, I thought I'm gonna have sex with men, and it's not something that I like or wanted to do. But I ended up here, and like I said, I'm not saying it's good, but at least I'm not out here, just having sex with men. I'm out here like, making them feel better. Like
You're a therapist of sorts.
kinda, yeah.
Was there another life that you wanted for yourself when you were younger? You were still young, of course, but
Yeah. Well, actually, I went to school for nursing, but after my grandmother passed away, um, I just stopped going to school, and I didn't have no money to pay for my, my school. So,
so
I thought, let me make some money.
you had to put that down for a while.
Yeah. So, but unfortunately, right now I'm still out here, but that's something that I'm still waiting to accomplish. I want to be a registered nurse.
Good for you. Are you saving money?
Yeah.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
And drugs are not a part of your life?
No. Thank God, no. I drink, but drugs, no.
Yeah. Do you have to drink to do this kind of work?
No, I don't have to drink, but I drink just because it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable doing it. And just kind of relaxes me, I guess you could say.
Were there any examples of a loving relationship in your childhood that you saw when you were a young girl?
Any what?
Any examples of a loving relationship? Like your dad was not in your life.
No.
Did you ever see a man and a woman having a,
No. You see, because my grandma was by herself too, because my grandpa passed away. So it was basically like, it was always like just loneliness. I didn't see I didn't know what it was to be loved or having someone else by your side or a significant other. So,
have you been in love before?
I actually have a boyfriend, and he knows what I do, but it's still it still doesn't feel like the relationship that I guess you could say a normal girl would have. You know what I mean? Um, but I mean, he's there for me. He supports me. Um, but it's just I hope that in the future we just see this as something that we had to do just to kind of survive, for now.
Is there shame on your part in what you do?
No. At first I was ashamed, but then it's just like I said, like it wouldn't make me who I am now. You know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed of who I am.
Is this just survival for you?
Yes.
You're just trying to make ends meet and
For now.
Yeah. What was your favorite memory as a child?
Mm, my favorite memory. Me and my grandma and I used to go out to her garden, and she had chickens. She had a lot of chickens, and we used to go every morning and get the eggs. Just she was very humble. She liked to stay in. You know, she would hardly go to the market. Like I said, she had chickens, so we wouldn't have to go to the store and buy eggs. Um, but I mean, I love my grandma. I just I just wish she was a little bit happier. But I know that she was a lonely lady, and I don't know if that's just why
Yeah.
I'm the way I am now.
Would you describe yourself as happy?
As what?
Would you describe yourself as happy?
I'm happy now. I wasn't in the beginning because I was lonely. I was always lonely.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I got to know a lot of people out here. I have a boyfriend, and it's something different, because I know that I have someone that I could go home to, someone that's gonna be there for me, and I know that I have someone to lay next to, not by myself.
Yeah. Do you think you're in some ways addicted to the fast money that you're making?
It is. You get used to it, but one thing that I've learned is that you can't get greedy, because once you get greedy, it becomes an issue out here in the streets, and it's like you can't brag about how much you make or how much you have, because then that causes problems, and that's something you always try to avoid.
Do you ever sit back and look at what you're doing and just think this is a crazy way to be making
I do.
money?
I do, because I know there's better ways, but like I said, it was fast money.
What kind of things have you learned in doing this kind of work that helped you along the way? Like, do you have to use your intuition to figure out who you can trust and who you can't?
I always go with my instinct. It's just like if I'm not feeling that person, or if I feel like I'm not safe, I won't get in the car with them, or I won't even talk to them. I'll just, walk away.
Mm-hmm.
But I thank God that I haven't ran into anybody that, hurt me or anything like that.
You haven't had that experience. I would assume that the fetish community probably isn't as problematic as the more conventional tricks on Figaro Street.
Yeah.
Those are probably, there's probably more drugs in that crowd than yours, right? Your guys just have a fetish they're trying to satisfy.
Yeah, because I mean, I ran into men, that just wanted to have sex and stuff like that. That's the first thing they put out on the table, drugs. And it's like, sometimes, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been tempted to do it just because I needed the money. But, I thank God that I didn't go that route, because I wouldn't know where I would be now. But, I mean, like I said, I don't judge anybody. And it's like prostitution is not something everybody could do. And it's like I told my friend one time, I admire her, even though she's a prostitute. I admire her because I can't see myself doing it. I don't have the courage to actually have sex with men just to have sex. I can't, I just can't. And it's like, it's, even though it's considered kind of the same thing, but it's not.
In your view, it's a different thing you're doing.
Yeah.
But what's the strangest request you've had?
It would be pooping on someone's chest as they eat a sandwich.
As they eat a sandwich?
Mm-hmm. That's
Does the guy feel embarrassed by asking for this, or he just?
no, it's like it's normal to them, and I mean, I see it as whoa, like that's crazy, but it's like normal, so normal. It's crazy. Like I don't even ask why, but it's just
Did you go to a motel room for this, or?
yeah. Yeah, for most part, yeah, we go to motels, but I've had men that actually take me to their mother's house, and it's like your mom's right next door, but they don't care, and it's like that's when you realize like, man, like you would think they would have a little bit more respect because it's their parents, but no, like it's just amazing how like people just really don't care, you know? And it's like, that's how I know that, or at least I feel like I'm a little bit more normal because it's like, at least I care. Like, it's like, I'm like, are you sure? Like, I don't feel comfortable doing it here because your parents are here, you know? But it's like, I mean, when they're into that, they're just into that. It don't matter where it's at, where they do it.
Are a lot of your clients married, you think? And they maybe can't do this stuff with their spouses?
You know what? I've had clients with their wife, and they've had me do things as a couple, like, and I'm just like, oh, I never thought people or couples were like this, but like I said, you'll be surprised.
Yeah. What is this work taught you about human nature?
It's just crazy. That's all I could say.
Yeah. Humans are interesting, right?
Very interesting people out there.
What would you say is the most important thing you've learned in your life?
No matter what, value yourself. Doesn't matter what you do. Always carry yourself with respect and know your worth.
All right. Sandra, thank you so much for sharing your story. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.